Alright guys, we're going to change the accessory drive belt on this Lexus GX470 2007. This should work on all first generation. In case I forget, you probably want to do this on a cold engine. These are the tools I'm going to be using: a long 3/8 ratchet, a 1/4 inch ratchet, 14, 10, and 12 millimeter socket, an extension, a trim pad tool, and an impact. Or you could buy a Serpentine belt tool kit. This is the accessory belt, and you want to replace it every 4 to 7 years, about 60 to 100,000 miles, depending on wear. So just use your own discretion. You want to do this because if the belt breaks, the engine could overheat, causing engine damage and a number of other problems. I put the emergency brake on and I chalked off the wheels. I lifted the car and put the jack stands under the frame rail. As a safety measure, I left my hydraulic jack there. Now I'm going to give the car a shake. We're going to remove this skid plate. It's a 10 millimeter. And the rest are 12. Just let it fall down and unhook it. And here's the skid plate where it hooks on from here. Now we have better access to the crankshaft, the tensioner, the alternator, and the power steering pump. I lowered the vehicle. I popped the hood of the car, and they should have a diagram on how to route the accessory belt on the hood. I'm going to remove the negative battery terminal. On some cars, the cooling fan will turn on even when the engine's off, so I just do it as a safety measure. And I'll just tuck it to the side. Now I'm going to remove these covers. Now I'm going to remove this intake tube. You don't have to do this. I'm just doing this so you guys can get a better view. From the top, your idler pulley, your fan bracket, and your AC compressor. Serpentine belts need to be replaced if they have more than 3 cracks in any one rib in a 3-inch span. These are the marks on the tensioner. It indicates normal operating tension range. I'm going to remove the accessory drive belt. It's a 14 millimeter. This is the new and old one for comparison. Now you want to check your pulleys and listen for any strange noises, which would cause belt noise. Now I'm going to route the serpentine belt. I routed the serpentine belt over the AC compressor, over the fan bracket, over the idler. I left the tensioner undone. Then I went over the power steering pump. And from the bottom, under the crankshaft, and over the alternator. I grabbed the slack and put it under my socket, and just tighten the tensioner. You may need to go underneath the car a couple times, because the belt may slip off. Now that we're done, we're going to double check our pulleys. And from the bottom, make sure the ribs fit snug. And now the battery. I'm going to start the car. If anything sounds funny, I'm going to turn off the car immediately. Since we disconnected the negative battery terminal, we have to reinitialize the windows because our window control panel doesn't work. So all you have to do is go to each door and roll down your window. And just hold it there, and you do it in reverse. And just hold it there. And as you can see, we could roll down our window. This is the old accessory drive belt, and to be honest, it looks pretty good. I have one of these Serpentine belt wear testers. They're really easy to use. So you get your tool and you put the bar between the ribs, and if you can see the top of the bar, your accessory belt is pretty much good. Another way to test it is to use the teeth, and you just place it between the ribs. And if you don't see light, it's also good. Here's another way to test it. If you see more than 4 cracks between the square, then you have a bad belt. In case you're wondering, I got this from eBay. Since it's still a good belt, I'm going to get a damp paper towel and clean it. And I'll probably do that a couple times. Then I'll put it back in the box and put it in the back compartment for emergencies. Alright guys, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one.